Good afternoon, everyone, and we're back to another Masters of the Universe toy. So I managed to pick up two more a couple of days ago. Skel-Knight and Skeletor, and Skeletor's for tomorrow. I didn't see the Mechanic there, or what I got him to. Hopefully on Thursday I'll be able to find a Mechanic. And yeah, we'll just see what toys are available. And I'm going to try and get some more blockies for next week. I said that in the last video we did. But for the meantime, here we have Masters of the Universe Core Edition, I guess it's called. Sometimes it's called Kids Core, sometimes it's called Core Class, but it's the smaller of the size classes for the toys. And while it's smaller and less expensive, it's might be the best of the three lines related to the new movie. So there's Skel-Knight in his lovely packaging. And Skeletor and He-Man there. Little movie still there. And one thing I like that they do on the back, I don't know if anyone else has noticed, the figure that is in the packet gets their own special pose at the bottom. So you can see Mechanic looks identical. So that means on Mechanics, Skeletor will look like that and Skel-Knight will look like that. But then they get their own pose. You know what I'm saying, I'm sure. Anyway, Skeletor tomorrow, Skel-Knight today. Haven't seen the movie yet. I may have been spoiled in terms of some of the things that happen during and after the credits. But I'm still looking forward to seeing it. Open. Okie dokie. I didn't actually think I'd see either of these figures, so I'm pretty happy that they were at my Kmart when I was there. So these are $12 each at Australian Kmarts. And that's an outstanding price. He only had ties on his feet. For a Minion figure, this is pretty cool. Would have been nice if it had two different heads. So you could create like a whole army of minions. So he's got the splits. Although his skirt prevents it, we'll take his skirt off and now he's pantsless. But he's got proper splits and proper knees. No ankles on the core class, which is sort of fine. He does have a waist. He does have a ball joint. He doesn't have a giggity joint. Just a ball joint, but it does enough. And this is a nice rubbery armor. So you can put his arms up all the way. And they do turn at the elbow. Only a single bend. And no bicep cut. And then there's no thigh cut either. But you get tons of articulation from them. Have a look at what he looks like close up. I don't know what this is supposed to be, if it's supposed to be any specific type of skull, but I like it. I like things with no mouths and no eyes and like creepy looking stuff. So there's a nice little wash over it with some of that white paint. I'll give him his skirt back. Oop, that's backwards. I'll give him his skirt back. That just buttons back on there. And yeah, I like it. Let's have a look at his sword. Oh, look at his skirt first. So that's all nicely molded, and there is a cut there. So we do get some sort of split apart, but it's not a lot unless you take the skirt piece off. Anyway, there's a look at his little Skeletor. That's pretty cool. Now if that's riding or just some cracks. Kind of looks like a skull at the hilt. Very nice. And it obviously goes in his hand. Now, I found, and I noticed another reviewer pointed it out as well, with the core class stuff, you're going to need to just open their hands a little, whoops, say that camera, a little bit to get their accessories in. Just molding wise, you kind of push their fingers if you just jam their accessory in their hand, and I found that particularly with the core He-Man. So that's awesome. So let's do all our comparisons. Oop. He stands up fine. So, 80th anniversary Skeletor and He-Man. Kind of fits in there. Obviously, they're much, much beefier. And then we have our... Whoop, I knew I'd knock him over at some point. Our 2002 cartoon collection He-Man and Skeletor. Yeah, still fits in fairly well there. Just stand up. They can go over there. And then we have the Revelations Masterverse He-Man. And this is where the scale gets right out of whack. And my favourite Skeletor from the Masterverse, Skeletech. He'll be more relevant when we have a look at the Skeletor. And then we have all the rest of the movie toys. So this is the Chronicles figures. So Man-at-Arms, He-Man, and Triclops. And not a big fan of these yet. They look fine, they articulate fine. I don't know, they just don't feel great. So that's a $39 toy and a $12 toy. So I'm actually going to show you the 3 He-Mans in a sec. I still think that the Triclops is worth it though. That Triclops figure is fantastic. Just me laughing and knocking him over again. And there he is with Skel-Knight. Again, the Chronicle stuff is not going to scale. But then we have the Origins movie He-Man and the Origins movie Spike-Or. And it scales well with Origin stuff. So I'd say the core and the Origin stuff are the best 2 lines that you can get for the movies. So there we have them again. And then the rest of his core figure champion friends. So we have the pretty well sculpted but paint makes her look derpy Teela. His fellow villain, Beastman. And stay over there. And then the core He-Man, and obviously they look perfect together. And just so you can see him as well. Dang it. Core Battle Cat. And I guess he could probably sit on Battle Cat. Yeah, if you wangle it enough, you can probably get him to sit on Battle Cat with his skirt on. Don't know why you would. I don't think Battle Cat would let him. So yeah, there's the core class Skel-Knight, looking very cool. Definitely recommend, if nothing else, the $12 core figures. As now I'll show you what I mean. So we have the core He-Man with all that same articulation we just spoke about. $12 came up. Origins He-Man, nice and chonky and looks like he fits in with the older stuff. $19 Kmart. Chronicles He-Man, which is, something about it. It's fine. It's got multiple leg joints. Everything turns fine. It's got ab crunches and all sorts. It just doesn't wow me. The Triclops wows me. But that one, $39. So look at what you're getting. I would certainly consider at least these 2 lines. You're getting really good movie representation with the core stuff. And then stuff that'll fit in with your older toys with the Origins stuff. It's alright. Forgot to ask you to like and subscribe. I hope you've all stayed around long enough. Please like and subscribe. It makes a massive difference to me. Helps motivate me to keep making videos. I guess all I can say is I recommend these toys. The Chronicle stuff is great. Alright, we'll see you tomorrow with the Skeletor review. Bye.